I'm going to start off this video by showing this performance tool W2286 complete work light system with telescoping tripod is on Amazon for $58.49. So let's take a look at these. I ended up buying 3 of these units. And let's take a look at the price. As you see here, they were clearanced $35 even. Then I find out when I go to the cash register that they were half of that. So I bought 3 of these each at $17.50 each. That's a hell of a deal. And they were bought from Family Farm and Home. And so this includes a 120 volt E26 threaded ceiling light, which is nice because just the cost of that unit right here is well worth the $17.50. And then you get this tripod kind of as an extra. It does state that it's 12 foot, and I checked the cord. It's a very generous 12-foot length of cord, 3-section telescoping tripod stand. And it uses the same energy as a 60-watt incandescent light bulb, but produces nearly 8 times the amount of light. Produces 6,500 plus lumens. And here you see some of the specs that are listed on the side of the box. And so here you see that generous 12-foot length of cord, which is great for your garage. Most cases you probably won't need to have an extension cord. And then the head unit here, these panels are aluminum. The rest of this is some type of a plastic. I'm not sure what material they're using, but these are all like a cast aluminum right here, and they fold back against themselves. I can't fold this one because of the tripod, but very nice. Now the switch to turn these on is on the back side of this unit here. It's a little rocker switch. And let me tell you, this thing is brighter than hell. It is bright. So I've got the tripod extended partially. Specs say that it extends to over 6.5 feet tall. So let's get this out of the way. What do I think of this? Well, obviously, you know, it is what it is. Would I recommend this for a busy shop? Probably not, because all these fittings here, all these different things that everything goes to, is all plastic. Everything is plastic. The knobs and even this locking mechanism here and up in here, this is all plastic. This is no big deal. Up here, that's fine. But when you start getting into things like this, you know, I don't know. If you're in a shop environment, you got a bunch of guys using it, I just don't know how well it would hold up. But for the homeowner, I think it's ideal. And especially at the price that I got. Here you see the tilt mechanism, a locking knob there, click stops. It goes from all the way straight up to well below pointing down. Now this light panel will get in the way at a certain point, but it points down and works really well. So when I took this out of the box, because this is separate, I noticed this hole in the back here, this through hole, and then this knob here, as you can see. And I'm thinking, well, why has that got to be there? And then you'll note how this anchors on top of the tripod. Because as soon as I saw this tripod situation, I thought, this looks like a studio stand for studio lights. I've got several for my studio lighting equipment. And it's got the 1/4-20 stud up here. Then that just goes on here like this. And then you just simply tighten it down like that. So then when I saw this light, I knew right away that basically this thing had to have been made for an umbrella, a shoot-through umbrella. Various things that what you would do in photography is in front of your light. If you've ever been to a studio, you'll know what I'm talking about. And they have umbrellas or light boxes. And so what would happen is you'd stick that in here, the umbrella, either a shoot-through or a bounce or a light box would come through here. Your light would be modified by whatever you put on there. And so this basically, there's no other reason for this to be there. For some reason, they must have adapted. I don't know, that they must have figured out somewhere in China, well, let's make this light and just put something that's already readily available. Because otherwise, this has no purpose for being on a shop light. And here you see one of my Bogan. I've had this thing sometime in the 80s. It's real old. I've got several light stands, like I said, for my studio lighting equipment and other things. And here you'll see that it mimics the same end that I showed up here. 1/4-20 stud. But the difference is everything here is all aluminum. So all the important things down there where the tripod legs go into, the struts here and here, everything is all aluminum versus the plastic that is on this lighting stand. And then the bottom legs telescope to where you can actually bring this up further to where these bars are horizontal, which is what I would really recommend, so that you have the widest footprint at the base so it doesn't tip over. So this is how I would recommend that it's used to maximize any tipping issues. And we'll take a look at this again to show the standard E26 threaded base, so that you could actually use these if you've got a light socket somewhere, and you actually could double duty this to pull this off here and stick this in a light socket if you wanted to. Also, this is vented. These slots here, as I'm looking through here, you can see this is vented probably for heat, I'm assuming, dissipation. And then you can just put them back on. So it's kind of double duty. Not bad at all. Like I said, for the price of just the light alone, what I paid for them, it's a no-brainer. So not bad at all. So all in all, I think they're pretty decent. It'll work out great in your home shop.